rabbis of yesteryear. Now, a special edition over here. We're going to speak a few words in regards to Rabbi Simcha Luzzatto, also in Hebrew. His name is Rabbi Simcha Luzzatto, another famous rabbi from the, let's say, the rabbinic dynasty or the family tree of the Luzzatto family, very much connected to, most notably, the Ramchal, Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, and also the Shadal, also Rabbi Samuel Luzzatto, respectively. Now, Rabbi Simcha Luzzatto, I believe, was born in English year 1583, and he passed away in 1663. He was, at the time of passing, he was approximately about 80 years of age. He became a prominent rabbi in his time, at that point in time, very, very Jewish area of Venice in Italy. He would share a rabbinate of Venice with another very famous rabbi, Rabbi Leon de Modena, a rabbi we've spoken about on this series before. We actually dedicated, I believe, a live video, mini biography video within regards to this famous rabbi. So he said he was born in the year 1583. He was, I think he passed away, to be precise, on the 6th of January in the year 1663. He would have been about 79, 80 years of age at the time he passed away. I'm not sure the exact date when he was actually born, and I'm not so sure exactly also the Hebrew date he passed away, so anyone can find that out. Okay, so he would be educated by some of the most, let's say, outstanding rabbis of his period. At that point in time in Italy, and there was a great Jewish community, especially the Italy of 300 years ago, even 200 years ago. I think when he was 22 years of age, many of his works were being published at that stage in time and discussed throughout the Jewish community. So he was very much a household name at that stage in time and quite famous. And I think these works would include Responsa, and it would gain him, let's say, a great deal of popularity, including interesting works that deemed it, let's just say, various different teachings that was actually taking place within regards to the laws of Shabbat. I think some of them definitely we would not hold at that point in time, but at that stage it would have been known as something interestingly for those people. But one thing I would say on the onset, once got to ask all Orthodox, competent Orthodox rabbi when it comes to Hilchot Shabbat questions. So he would actually come with those things. I think some would talk about traveling in the area of gondola with regards to Shabbat. Now, he would have an important work, so to say, in Italian. I think one of them was called Socrate, I think. Let's just say his teaching inside this book of Socrate would argue that human reason cannot attain its goals if unaided by, say, divine revelation. That's one of the teachings he has over here. Now, I think many people during his period were expelled from, let's say, their homes throughout Italy. There was a lot of anti-Semitism at that window of time in Italy, just like there was throughout the rest of Europe. I think many feared that let's say, the same fate might befall the Venetian Jury. So Rabbi Luzzatto would take preemptive action. Right, he wrote famously a pamphlet in classical Socratic style of it, which presented clear and rational arguments against such an expulsion taking place in Venice. So he was very worried, so he would take various precautions to prevent this. I think the resulting work would actually, it was called, actually named Discorso circa il stato de Gil Hebri et in particular Dimiranti nell'inclita città de Venetia. I can think, as we transliterate this, as a discourse concerning the condition of the Jews, and in particular those living in the fair city of Venice. That's what it was named. And it was completed, I think, this work in the year 1638. I think there was a discourse that would actually break out from tradition that it was not directly addressed to the Venetian jury or the official rabbinate by the time, but to the leaders of the Venetian Republic. I think they were called the Doge, if I'm not mistaken, amongst others. Now, Rabbi Luzzatto would argue for toleration of the Jews on the basis of their economic and social usefulness. It will bring about what is the bestness within regards to the Jewish community. He stated that Jews perform tasks which would normally be taken on by foreign merchants, but could instead remain under control of the Republic. So he was really trying to bring about like the positives, why there shouldn't be like a potential expulsion at that point in time of Jewry. I think he, at that stage in time, he would actually break away from tradition in the aspect of the discourse was not written in Hebrew at that point in time, but he would write in an eloquent Italian. He would. As a result, the discourse was successful, let's just say, in convincing the Doge to rule against the expulsion edict, allowing the Jewish population of Venice to remain. So that is very, very interesting. Remember, I think this rabbinic line of the Luzzatto family will actually start, if I'm not mistaken, from Rabbi Abraham. I'm not sure if he was a rabbi, but Abraham Luzzatto. I think he actually was a rabbi, if I'm not mistaken. And Simon, Rabbi Simon, who was born, I believe, in around the 1580s, according to another opinion in the family tree, it might have been 1580 or 1590. He was the son of Isaac. Isaac was, I believe, the son of Abraham, who was passed away in 1583. Abraham was a son of Samuel. I think he was born in Venice in the year 1567, and eventually he was born from Abraham Luzzatto. I'm not sure the exact date when Abraham was actually born, but we're going to do a special edition of 2 separate videos of the Luzzatto family, exploring the family tree, let's just say, in of itself. Now, I think he passed away. He was about 80 years of age. He was a teacher, he was a translator. Just like many of the rabbis, let's just say, from the Luzzatto dynasty, he was also a translator of its time, I believe he happened to have been. We can explore a few more of the teachings over here, not teaching so much about the history with regards to him. There is some information, I think, on the Jewish Encyclopedia, especially about many of the members of the, let's just say, the famous Luzzatto family of yesteryear. I think the Jewish Encyclopedia itself would actually describe him as not just as an Italian rabbi, as an apologist also. So according to the Jewish Encyclopedia, he was born actually in the year 1580 and then passed away in 1663. So according to that opinion, he would have been about 83 years of age where he passed away. He was considered, according to the Jewish Encyclopedia, as one of the most prominent, let's say, the word they give is demagogues of his time. And he is styled, let's say, rabbi. Apparently he had a large responsum named Mishan Mayim. It was actually written, I think this was actually published in the year 1606 in regards to the mikveh of Ravigo, if I'm not mistaken. We said that he would share the rabbinate with Rabbi Leon de Medina, who he himself held him at great esteem. And I think according to a publication called The Wolf, they were actually a biblical Hebrew volume. Apparently they would write together a work on the Karaites, also it's reported over. They would actually write a work within regards to them, a responsa, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Rabbi Isaac Lampronti will actually quote him on various occasions in the famous book called the Pachad Yitzchak, which we actually spoken about. We actually did a video not so long ago within regards to the Pachad Yitzchak and Rabbi Lampronti, which I very much recommend everyone to look. Just give me a second break. I'm just going to go on the bus. Yeah, just entering the bus at the moment, friends. So I'm just need to pay and we're going to continue. But in the meantime, I would say to all of you, please subscribe to the channel as we're going to continue this video in a minute. Just to give a break so I can, I like to record while I'm on the move a lot of these videos, which we are recording. So I just have to pay for a bus. But in the meantime, anyone that's watching, please subscribe to the channel. At the moment, we're coming close to a staggering 7,000 subscribers, which is phenomenal achievement. We never thought we'd get this far with regards to learning about the famous rabbis of yesteryear. So if you feel anyone's interested in watching any of these videos, please share these videos to other people also, and help this community grow. If you descend from any of these famous rabbis that we're speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more information on the rabbis, and if you've got any documents or pictures, let's just say, or anything else also chronicled within regards to him, it will be actually great to find that. So wish you all well. We'll leave it over here and find out more information about the Luzzatto family, and have a great day.